Joel, Gold Coast on the weekend and Tom Lynch potentially?
Yeah, it's another exciting challenge for us as a group. I'll be on Tom Lynch or myself or Jono. He's an outstanding player, has been for a few years, so it's going to be exciting.
Do you see in your last 4 games, do you look at this game and think there's another opportunity for the club to get a win to finish off the year well?
I think we're always trying to improve as a club. Since after the bye, we've had a strong 4 or 5 weeks. Gold Coast have been no different. We're going to go out there and execute our game plan like we did on the weekend and try and come away with a win.
What do you see as Lynch's sort of strongest attributes, and have you played on him before?
Yeah, I have played on Lynch. He's a great player. He works up and down the ground really hard. He's about 100 odd kilos and he's a really solid player and he's a great leader for their club.
Take confidence out of what you guys were able to do against the Giants Tolls on the weekend. You sort of restricted them pretty well.
Yeah, I think as a collective, as a whole 18, we played really well as a side. Our back 6 alone, I think we stood up and we sent a few young guys in Luke Ryan and Griffin Logue really step up and even Ethan Hughes come into his colours as well.
Seems like it's gelling pretty well down there with the young defence this year.
Yeah, I think the boys are starting to get a bit of continuity in their football. Like I said, the young guys coming through are really exciting for the club as well.
Joel, just on Tom Lynch, I think Jonathan Brown said if he was starting a side, the first big player he picked would be Tom Lynch. Do you sort of subscribe to that theory that he is probably one of the best key forwards in the game, if not the best?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good key forwards in the game now. Tom Lynch is definitely up there as a great key forward. He's kicked a lot of goals for a reason.
How he takes that ball, he marks the ball such high, and obviously given his height as well, it makes it pretty hard to defend. How do you go about working out tactics to defend, obviously without being able to chop the arms, and it's so hard for defenders without being able to infringe these days?
Yeah, I think as a back 6 we do different techniques of guys dropping off and helping me out and helping myself and Jono out as well. So he's definitely a hard player to match up on. Like I said, he's got great strength. He's really good aerobically as well. So we're going to need some support from my back line.
As a team, obviously emerging and you're promising, and then you have those little sort of patches where you drop off a bit. The first sort of 5 to 7 minutes of that last quarter, is that sort of what you expect against sides going forward a little bit? You have those really good patches, but being able to maintain the consistency, is that sort of what I guess fans can expect?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're on a path of improvement, like we've said all year. The side played really good 3 quarters, and we think we just dropped off a bit in the 4th quarter. Our structures around the ground and things like that sort of let us down a bit, but I think we're playing exciting football.
One of your good defenders, well, a bit of a transition issue, Connor Blakely, obviously the dislocated shoulder. How much of a loss is that going to be for missing him? Yeah,
it's definitely upsetting seeing Connor go down. He's such a great player, but we've got some good players in the waffle really ready to stand up, and that's what they'll do.
How hard is it to see? You said it's pretty tough seeing go down, but dislocated shoulder pretty painful, and then takes a long time to get it back in, and comes back out and does it again. Do you sort of feel for your teammates when that sort of stuff happens, and obviously you're now sitting on the sidelines? Yeah,
you do, but I think that's AFL football. I think all 18 clubs get injuries, and Connor's like no other. I think he's a really courageous player as well. To see him come back out in the ground and pop his shoulder out again, it's just a credit to him.
He sort of, from the outside, looks as though he's really grown into his football and now sort of a confident person as well. What have you sort of seen in the last sort of 12 months since you've been at the club in Connor as a developing player? Yeah,
I don't think just Connor. I think our whole young list really is improving. Our first year guys have really stood up this year as well. Connor alone, he's had a great pre-season. You can really see throughout the year he's gone to a different role as well. He's played a half-back and he's really restarted in that role.
Joel, I know you don't play, the players don't play for plaudits, but a few of us scratching our heads that the club hasn't earned a NAB Rising Star nomination yet. Do you think a couple of the young guys, Sean Darcy, Griffin Logue, Luke Ryan, even on the weekend, put up their hand and probably deserve one in the run home?
Well, there's a lot of good young players out there playing well, so them guys did play well on the weekend. Luke Ryan especially, I thought played really well, but if he keeps playing consistently, then he's a chance for the last 4 rounds to be a Rising Star.
Do you think the youth over here gets forgotten about a bit on the East Coast?
I think there's a lot of good players on the West Coast.
Do you think your young players stand out as compared to any other young lists around the club?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we went up and we played against the Giants on the weekend, and we matched them for, like we said, for 3 quarters, and we let ourselves down in the 4th. But I think as a young group, we're just striving for improvements, and I think we're on the right path.
You walk away pretty happy with, I know there's 4 rounds to go, but pretty happy with your first year at the club?
I think I've been consistent. There's a lot I'd like to improve on. I've got another few years here on my contract, so I'll have to keep improving and year get better and a bit more leadership qualities as well, and really express that side of my game.
Have you enjoyed for the first time in your career playing every game, knowing that, or having an idea that you're on the side every single week?
Yeah, I enjoy playing consistent football. I think for me I've been a bit inconsistent in my career, like most young guys would be. Playing consistently week in, week out's really promising, and I guess it's exciting for myself to play 19 games now, and there's 4 more, so hopefully play the last 4.
What do you have to work on? heading into next year?
I've got a lot of things I'd like to work on, like every player does now. I feel they want to get better. I'd like to get more involved in offence as well, not just defend. I'd like to get more involved, and also my leadership side as well.
Joel, how that injury against North Melbourne, you copped the hip and then you battled on really manfully to continue the game. How significant was that, obviously leading into the derby, and then to butter up on Kearney as well?
Oh yeah, it was just a little knock. I think I milked it a bit, I hobbled around a bit there. I think as an AFL player, you've got to expect those sort of things, and like I said, just put my hand up for the team and did a role. It wasn't my greatest outing against North Melbourne, but I put my head up and did a role. To play the week after that, it's good for myself.
And how is it feeling now? Is it back to sort of where it was before the knock?
Yeah, it's 100%. It's good now.
There's talk that Michael Johnson might go around again next year. How important is his leadership? You spoke about leadership in the back line. How important is he down there for a young group?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. He's been here for a long time. I think 12 or 13 years, if not more. I've had some good old guys in my career of Harry Taylor, and he stacks up against them. Even Dale Morris, he's up there with them too. So if he goes around again, it'll be exciting for the club.
I think you need him in that back line for potentially one more year, just until the blokes sort of do feel settled down there, the young guys.
I would love to have Jono around again. Of course, it's a list management decision. Everyone at the club loves Jono. He's a great leader on and off the field as well.
There's plenty of talk after the Dangerfield thing, the Brownlow and the tackle, about tackling techniques in the AFL at the moment. How confident are you when you tackle someone that you know what is a safe tackle and what isn't?
It's probably not for me to comment about danger. I've probably had about 2 tackles in my career, so I'm not too sure.
But are you wary when you do tackle someone, if you have got their arms pinned, not to roll them? Is that something you get taught at training, technique? Yeah, we do. We get taught technique, and the umpires come in as well and teach us technique. So we learn that at training, and if we do get a chance to tackle, we try and tackle within the law of the game. How aware of how dangerous it is, like someone's head position, when you're tackling them, how aware are you of where their head is and where the ground is? Look, I'm not too sure. I haven't tackled enough to sort of know that.